Hi, welcome along to the All Guns Blazing podcast. Myself and Mr. DT in the vicinity. How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right. I'm very good. I've got a smile on my face again. It's amazing what a win can do, isn't it?
Wow.
In comparison to Everton.
What a win can do. What a difference in performance. The performance, the first half in particular against Napoli.
Yeah.
Because I thought that, I know everybody's like trying to downplay it, saying, Napoli, they're not been on any form. But Napoli, you could see what their game plan was, similar to what Everton did.
Yeah.
They pressed us high up the pitch. They really tried to, be energetic. But I thought Arsenal were brilliant. The way we popped the ball around for that first goal in particular, the way we just moved the ball quick, all throughout that first half, the way we created chances. I was like, where was that against Everton?
Where was that every away game?
Yeah, where is that every away game?
I don't know. Mystery. It's like somebody, it's like every player's got a twin, and that twin goes and plays the away game, and the real ones play at home. But I just, the whole atmosphere, the intensity. We already know that Serie A play a very slow style of football without that kind of intense pressure. Watching the Man United game against Barcelona, for example, and Barcelona are one of the best teams in the world, but yet they're still not used to that high press, intense style, and they struggled at certain times against Manchester United. So a lot of these foreign sides, when they come against English teams, when you play that way, they're like, whoa, I'm not used to that. The moment the ball was going to a Napoli player's foot, someone was on him. Mesut Ozil was on him. The most ball recoveries in the game.
Mesut, did you see the 50-50 that he won?
I mean.
I couldn't believe it. I was like...
That's what I'm trying to say. The most ball recoveries. If I sat there at the end of the game and went, who do you think had the most ball recoveries during that game? You would have turned around and went, Torreira, maybe Ramsey. Last person on your mind would have been Mesut Ozil. Shows how hard he grafted. Really, really grafted. And him coming off and Lacazette coming off was not to do with the way they were playing. It's because Emery had to change his plan. Yeah. Because I felt at half-time, Napoli changed things around and they said, right, we can't play the ball the way we're playing because they're pressing us so hard. Yeah. We need to go route one, over the top. We've got to bypass their midfield.
Which is what we should have done last week against Everton, by the way, which we didn't. But yes, they did do that. And then what Emery did very cleverly was bring on Mkhitaryan and Iwobi and covered those wings, stopped that. It was an excellent performance. The only thing was we should have scored more goals.
Yeah, even one more.
One more. I think Ramsey had that
one
big
where
he blazed over. I was like, ooh.
That was the one.
Monreal as well had a header. I felt he
straight after
scored.
From the corner.
There was also
Aubameyang went for it at the end and he sliced it into the side netting.
Lacazette missed the one where it was cut back across it. Yeah, I mean, we could have had more chance. Yeah. I mean, they had one or two as well that maybe on another day.
I would say there was the one for the little fella.
Yeah, Insigne.
And that was in the first half.
Yeah.
But it wasn't clear cut. It was one of those that gets cut back and you either catch them right or you balloon them. Yeah. It was the one in the second half when they sprung us and he looked like he was stumbling as he was getting to the ball and hoofed it over, luckily. But
the most important thing about that game,
clean sheet,
was the clean sheet. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, we should have had more, blah, 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 which we should have done. But I think more important than scoring a third goal is keeping a clean sheet. I'd rather 2-0 than 3-1.
Yeah, I would have.
Right? And the fact that now we know that we can go over there, if we score one goal, they need to score 4 to go through. That is very significant.
Yeah. The one thing I was looking at as well was that we talk about our away form and, for example, away from home in the Premier League, we've not beaten Manchester United away. We've not beaten Man City away. We've not beaten Liverpool away. We've not beaten Spurs away. The top sides that you kind of mark yourself on. But every single one of those games we scored. So I feel that if we score...
We drew against Man United. We drew against Spurs.
We actually went 1-0 up.
We went 1-0 up against Liverpool and we was 1-1 against Man City.
Yeah. So, if we get... I feel that what we need... Napoli's atmosphere is going to be hostile. It's going to be like some people have never experienced in their life. I've been there before. So I can say from experience, it's not nice. they got that guy that's always on his microphone
megaphone.
with like it's like it's insane. It's insane, but it's like.
But listen, we've
just
got
go there with no fear.
We've got experienced players that are used to going to places with very hostile atmospheres. You know what I mean? So, you know, they're used to. They've been to Dortmund. They've been to Bayern. They've been to places that got hostile atmospheres. You know, they should be used to. They should be able to handle it.
They should too, but this is where a lot of the men in the side need to stand up to be counted.
Yeah.
We need Socrates to stand up and be a leader. We need Koscielny to be a leader. You look at, like, I'm presuming the likes of Granit Xhaka will be back.
Yeah.
Leader. Lucas Torreira, even though he's a young lad still, which a lot of people forget.
I think he could be an important player in that game. As a guy, obviously he's come from that league.
Exactly, he's one person
at Sampdoria,
who will know.
so he'll know all about it.
About that stadium, and he's already said, "I know what that stadium's all about." You know what I mean? And it's not a nice place. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
But it's hostile, but honestly, because it's one of these ones with a running track, isn't it? And it's hostile, but I think there's, listen, I just look on it nowadays and I say, if you're one of the top players, you've been to them places. Yeah. You know what's coming. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't really drop you off of your game too much, and we just need to, I just feel early goal kills that hostile atmosphere.
The whole place will just completely silence.
And I want to see us go out there and really be positive and on the front foot. And, all of a sudden, we were here. We sat in this very office, right, when we were doing the draw for the game, and we was like, "Please, not Napoli, not Napoli, not Napoli, not Napoli." And then boom. Arsenal versus Napoli, and we're like, "Oh shit,
done."
But all of a sudden, it looks like, we got a great chance of getting through.
We have
semi-finals up against.
Looks to be Villarreal.
Probably going to be Valencia now.
Valencia, sorry.
Because they beat Villarreal 3-1. It's not over yet, but
they scored 2 goals in injury time.
Yeah. So a possibility of playing them.
I'm a little gutted. I'm a little gutted. I know Coquelin and Gabriel would come back.
Valencia.
But
Santi coming back for Villarreal.
I would love to have had Santi come back because we've never said goodbye.
Yeah.
We've never had that chance. So it would have been nice to, reach a final, for example, and get to say goodbye to him. But and he scored in that semi-final as well.
Yeah.
So
but it's more than likely looking like it'll be Valencia.
Yeah.
That will be tough.
That'll be tough.
Because they're good. Another team that was in the Champions League done really, really well.
Yeah.
But
they were in Man United's group.
They beat United, didn't they? Didn't they beat United in one of the games?
Yeah, I think they drew with them at home as well, didn't they? 0-0.
Yeah, so they'll
under Mourinho time.
Yeah, they've got a good team.
And we'll be able to contact Flex and ask for his advice on best places to stay, hotels and whatnot. Yeah, so, it's
if we could, that's another chance of getting into the Champions League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and Unai Emery has a great record in this tournament. So,
record.
It's great. It's great with that. Now, obviously, on Monday now, we return back to the bread and butter.
The Premier League.
The Premier League. Now, away from home. Last weekend's performance against Everton was completely in contrast to what they did on Thursday night, in that it was a dreadful, and I mean quite simply a dreadful performance by Arsenal. It was like the opposite. There was no closing down. There was no dynamism at all from the midfield. No intensity. We just drifted through the game, conceded a really sloppy goal from a throw-in, a long throw.
Which was a foul throw, by the way. I'm going to put that one in because his foot was over the line. There's images of it. I know people can say we're petty, but it's the law.
Yeah. Well, next year VAR will do it.
I don't know if they'll actually intervene with things like that. I think
they would. They probably. I think they check that. They check all these things.
Well, that would have been disallowed then.
But listen, we lost the game. We deserved to lose the game. We didn't deserve to get whether it's over the line.
We deserved to lose about 4.
Yeah, they were the better team. You know what I mean? And it was quite poor and very disappointing for the fans. We were there. The fans were all really up for it. It was a fantastic atmosphere generated by the fans before the game.
Yeah,
and I have to say, the players let the fans down. It was the only other performance that I've seen as bad of that away from home this season. There's been bad performances, but there's been games in which we've had a go, but we've been beaten. But the only other performance I saw like that this season was when we played West Ham It reminded me just of that, where we just weren't in the game at all. You couldn't make a case for us, and that's worrying. That's worrying, right?
Yeah.
Most of our games we've got left are away from home.
Yeah, I know.
Watford away, Wolves away, Leicester away. I was kind of glad that they got beat by Newcastle on Friday night because, you know, that kind of dampens down that run they were on. Yeah. But Leicester away. But it shows that they can be beaten at home. Yeah. And then Burnley away.
But what you said about that Leicester thing, can I just say as well, I watched that game and what I noticed, the way they shut Leicester out was just with a solid defensive display.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to go back to this because I saw a statistic after the Everton game and I'm disgusted by it. We are the only team in the Premier League not to keep a clean sheet away from home.
Away from home, yeah.
Fulham have. Huddersfield have. These are two teams that are already relegated.
It's inexcusable. Why?
Mentality. Why? There's too many weak-minded individuals.
Because you look at our defenders, right? Look at them. They're not that... Those defenders are not... If you plucked some of those defenders individually and you said, right, they're for sale, there'd be lots of clubs looking at them. They're decent defenders.
Not one in particular.
I know you're going to blame everything on Mustafi, right?
That guy, man.
But he's not. He's still better than a lot of the defenders, you know, at Huddersfield and at Fulham and in those places that you've named. You know what I mean?
I don't know if he'd even get in there at the moment. My word, you can tell that Emery
he
doesn't want him in the side. He's
but
just
you know
compensating
what? We can't
because
just
of
blame
injuries.
it onto him because a lot of times, right, there's lots of people.
It's a collective unit.
It's a collective from the midfield area, where they'll give away sloppy balls or they won't track runners.
Do you know,
to the wing backs who all of a sudden away from home don't go with runners and leave full backs exposed to
the biggest problem I found with the Everton game was not our defence but our centre midfield.
Yeah, it was very poor.
It's just dreadful. Mohamed El sideways, and it's just like everything's like, oh my God. And Guendouzi was poor.
Yeah.
We missed Xhaka. We missed Torreira. Buzzing that Torreira's available for the game against Watford. Xhaka's back in full training. I feel that Emery just didn't risk him for this one.
Yeah, because you need the physicality of Xhaka in that game.
You're going to have to with that game.
You look at Watford. Decore and Capoue. The two of them are a great partnership. Yep. Very strong and physical in that midfield area. And as you said in that Everton game, Mohamed El Neni, I said this about El Neni the other day. I said, El Neni from we was at the game, from we saw the lineup, I was like, no. Because Mohamed El Neni, I just look on him as what I call a safe footballer. So everything he does is safe. Yeah. So if he's being pressed, he won't lose it, to his credit, but he'll just pass it on. He'll pass it back. He'll pass it sideways, like you said. He's not going to be like... You saw as soon as Ramsey came on in that game, he went on a little run. El Neni's not going to drive past no one. El Neni's not going to really pick great diagonal balls out. So he's just a safety first player. Yeah. Where El Neni's actually can be a decent player to have in your team is like the other night when you're winning 2-0 and you're like, we just need to shore it up a bit.
Yeah, just
nothing too fancy, just steady it up. Then you send on El Neni, he sits there, gets the ball, lays it sideways, back thing, just keeps it calm.
Yeah.
Then he's an all right player. But when you're looking for a goal or when you're looking to
be creative
and drive it, he's just, he's just not there. Guendouzi, like you said, had a very poor game. He also can be a guy that tends to go sideways and back too much, although he can also drive past players.
They are too
But he's a
similar.
he's a young star. And they were too similar in that area, and we just had no dynamism. We weren't getting the balls forward to Lacazette or Aubameyang when he came on, even the wingers and that. It wasn't really until Iwobi came on, I felt
that there was a bit of
he was trying to at one stage Ramsey for about 10-15 minutes in the second half. Yeah, he done a few runs, looked decent, should have scored.
Yeah, with that header.
Yep, and then you had Iwobi testing them down the wing, but it was Kolasinac, he was so good the other night.
But then he put in a
dreadful.
But this is the thing: a lot of people were scapegoating Ozil for the performance against Everton. And what I said to him was... He was poor, but what I said to him was, watch the game. Just watch it, and you tell me the first thing you notice about Mesut Ozil. He plays in a certain area in that midfield where he's on the edge of being able to create. What he was doing was, what he relies on, what Ozil relies on, is the ball quickly into his feet. He relies quick release. Torreira, Xhaka, that's one of the first things that they do. Quick release in, break them lines. Then Mesut Ozil can create. What he was doing against Everton was dropping back constantly because he weren't getting the ball. Because El Neni weren't playing, Guendouzi weren't playing it in. So he was dropping so deep to try and get the ball. But then he's dropping into areas that he can't, not.
Nothing to do with him.
I never said that. I'm just saying his game was checked. His game was. Look, listen.
He did this, didn't do
let
that.
Look, Robbie. Let's explain something.
Nothing to do with Mesut Ozil.
But no, because let's explain something, right? The one thing that we've always spoke about, right? No player is ever gonna play, you know, out of 5 games, 5 amazing games, right? The problem that everyone's had with Mesut Ozil is that he'll have 1 good game and then they'll say he'll have 4 average games. You've got to have 3, 4 good games and 1 average one, right? It's got to be the role reversed. If you go over Mesut Ozil's last 5 games, right? Man United, Rennes, Newcastle, Everton, Napoli. 4 of those 5, he's been absolutely superb. 1, he's been below par. So he's on the level where you can say
you straight away there. You're not blaming him. You're
I'm
saying,
not. No, I am. No, I'm not saying that he had a great game.
But listen,
because I watch what actually happens in a game.
You know what happens.
Look,
right?
now I'm a manager. I'm more tactical aware. Yeah, and I'm like watching these kind of things.
Listen,
but he did. He had to drop back, and it affected his game. It doesn't excuse that he played badly. I'm not saying he didn't.
Guy, right? What a lot of people say is, as soon as he goes away from home, disappears. Right? You don't see the same performances that you do at home. He never seems to replicate those away from home.
Let's see on Monday if he plays in Watford.
That's number 1. And then number 2 is he's our star man.
I know. Well, we'll see Monday. See more. We'll see Monday.
Like, I was watching the game the other night at Chelsea, right? And Chelsea were very average in that game, right, against West Ham. Hazard just said, you know what, give me the ball, man.
Yeah, 2 different players, man.
Give me the ball. Give me it.
2 different players.
I'm the star man of this team. Everyone's a bit average tonight. Give me the ball. I'll deal with it. And he did. You saw the first goal. Everything just rotated around him. I know that was a home game as well, but he does it away from home. That's what we want to see more from Mesut Ozil. We want to see, like the other night against Napoli, he was superb, like you said. Yeah. But I want to see that more.
Let's find out on
when
Monday.
You go. Will he play on Monday? Can you play Mesut Ozil in a game where you're going to be up against very physical players?
Do you know what?
Very physical
I'm
players.
I'm wondering whether he might not play based on that they're thinking of Thursday.
They're not thinking of Thursday, man.
Who knows? Who knows what everyone's thinking?
Again,
I know it's important, but
it's your star man. Would you leave Hazard out if you were Chelsea and you were going to play Watford away? That's what I'm trying to say.
You're saying that, but then they left Hazard on the bench for the game at Cardiff.
It won't be tactical.
That won't be tactical. No, a couple of weeks ago.
Just rest.
A couple of weeks ago.
Rest.
Yes, exactly. So if Emery's saying...
No, Emery will leave out Ozil tactically.
No. If Ozil's not playing on Monday, it's because... Ozil's saving it for Thursday.
No, not necessarily.
He might
leave it. He's done it many times this season.
I'll speak to him myself.
Even when they've asked him,
I'll talk
they've said, why did you leave Ozil out?
Up myself.
Why did you leave Ozil out? I left him out tactically. No, you got to accept it.
You know what? I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to speak to Unai myself at the end of the game.
You are a bit biased when it comes.
No, I'm going to speak to Unai at the end of the game.
You criticise other players' performances, and then when it came to him now,
I never criticised.
You start to try to make excuses.
No, I'm not making excuses.
Played up to him.
Watch the game. Watch the game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Watch the game.
You're
on
making
Monday,
excuses for
at the end of the game, I'm going to go and speak to Unai myself, and if he's not playing, I'm going to say to Unai, was Mesut tactical or saving?
You know it'd be tactical.
And if he says it's because he's saving him for Thursday, I'm going to get it on camera. I'm going to shove it up your ass.
Would you start him on Monday? Well, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't start him. I'd start Ramsey in that position. Just like what they did, you know, similar to like when Ramsey sort of played that position against Tottenham. I'd start Ramsey. I wouldn't start Ozil.
I'd play on Nene.
You're trying to be funny now. Right? No, if Xhaka's fit,
I'll get him some minutes.
I'll play Xhaka, Torreira, and Ramsey.
Yeah. No, I'll go with that. And then I'd have
So that's what I'm saying, though. How can he? We shouldn't be leaving out our star man, our supposed star man, in a game like that, where we're chasing down the league.
Tactical.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
told you.
Tactical. We shouldn't be leaving him out.
I'll speak to
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You're not listening to me no more. You need to listen. This is where this guy needs to get better. Right, all round, right. He needs to be, because he's our star man.
Right.
That is why people moan. That's why people moan.
If Unai Emery turns around and says he's leaving him out for tactical reasons for the game on Thursday, like he's leaving him out for that. Right?
Not tactical for the game on Thursday.
No.
Just leaving him out because he hasn't got the physicality.
If Unai Emery comes out and says he's saving him for Thursday, basically, however you want to word it, if he comes out and says it, will you shut up?
No, because I won't believe him. I won't believe him. Because I won't believe. Even you are saying that you'd leave him out because you know that in a game like against Watford,
I would leave him out because I'm saving him for Thursday.
The strength you need in that midfield, he's going to be lacking in.
I need to bang my head against this microphone, man. I swear to God.
No, you know what I mean? Listen, when you're talking about...
No, I'm telling you.
When you're talking about away from home and the reasons why we don't perform away from home, he's one of the main culprits.
I'm saying
is Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil at home, Mesut Ozil away, Jekyll and Hyde. At home, can run games. We saw it the other night against Napoli. Outstanding. Run games. But away from home, you're like, yo, who's that guy? I mean, he just bottled a 50-50. He's just drifting around. He's one of the main culprits away from home why we don't perform. Not just, it's easy to blame Mustafi, but I'm saying that a guy like Mesut Ozil... No, but seriously, you tell me if I'm lying. Tell me otherwise.
Yeah. I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm too tired to be putting up with your shit this morning. I'm not dealing with it.
Tell me otherwise.
We'll be here all night. Wow, there's a first. Can we put the time down, please? Robbie stops talking. Oh, can I just say something as well, please? For the game on Monday, do you want to fix your microphone up? How dare you give me such a shitty mic? So much of my video was interrupted. I know a lot of people will be quite happy about that, but
I wonder why.
Yeah. But what was it? What was it?
No, there was some sort of interference.
The amount of people were like, I knew straight away with the comments. I looked at the comments, it was like, Robbie's a billionaire and he can't even afford a decent mic.
Man, that's the first time we've had a technical fault on a mic for years. And I mean, listen, it happens. It can happen to anyone. It was just a technical problem.
So it'll be all fixed
It'll be all fixed for...
So everyone can hear my dulcet tone.
We can hear your dulcet tones. And I want to hear them now about Ozil. You're not answering, are you? Go on again. I've stopped.
I've said what I need to say. I've said what I need to say. I don't need to say
no more.
Away from home. Right, I'm not going to talk.
Away from home, talk.
I'm not talking no more. You
see,
We'll do.
Said stop blaming Mustafi. The easy targets. The easy targets. Mustafi, this, that. This guy is on £350,000 a week. He's our main man.
Why does the wages bother you?
It doesn't bother me.
Stop mentioning it.
Right, it doesn't bother me. But this is what people look at. They say, your main man is your highest paid player. You're paid that money because for a reason. We are looking to you when we go away from home as one of our main men, and you don't deliver. I'm
telling you, there was a mitigating circumstances. For
Lee Gunner was saying the same thing the other night. That's what he's saying.
Oh, my God. Don't even
No, that's what he was saying.
Lee Wood. Do you know the funniest thing? I did actually see something about Lee. I'm sorry. I have to bring this up, brother. I know you're my mate and all that, yeah. But he's been cussing Ozil so much about his back. Over the years, he
bigged up Ozil the other night.
No. But what I'm saying is, someone actually put this out yesterday. I see it, and I was wetting myself when I see it. They put up screenshots of some of the tweets that Lee's been putting out over the last couple of years, of where he's talking about Ozil, saying about, oh yeah, he's got his bad back. There's nothing wrong with him. It must be because he's carrying all that wages, blah, blah, blah. And then he puts a tweet up the other day saying, just been to the doctors and I've got a problem with my D1 or 2 or something in my back. Didn't know I had this pain, blah, blah, blah. And someone's put the screenshots up and we're like, got back problems, have ya? No one's noticed that before. What's going on here then? Yeah,
I think Lee's been playing too much Fortnite.
You know what I mean? So yeah, how many kills you got, bruv? Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Or FIFA.
Yeah, so FIFA with him, most definitely. But yeah, so it just shows that maybe Mesut has got them back problem. Maybe them two can sit down together and talk about their back pains. You know what I mean?
Are we going to win that game?
You know what? It's a tough game. It was look.
Got to win it, innit?
We do have to win it. We do. You know, we've been saying it. We've been having banter ourselves with Troy and stuff like that, and he is so fired up for this game. There's something about this game that he loves. He loves antagonizing. He loves winding fan bases up, and he's good at it. You know, outside of the football game for 90 minutes, love the guy, but for 90 minutes, I'm going to be cussing him.
Arsenal players,
he knows that.
The Arsenal players should just be...
They should be
look
fired
at what
up
he's...
for it.
Yeah. Number one, they need to win it. Number two, they only need to look at his comments that he said previously about Cojones, and that would be enough to... If I was an Arsenal player, I'd be like, yo, you see this man, about Cojones, we're going to show him.
Yeah.
We're going to show this brother who's got Cojones, right? We're going to rub it in his face.
There is something...
I want to see some fight from the Arsenal players away from home. I really want to see that.
There is something that I want to put a request in, please, if you can. I want this little section cut out, and I want to send a little personal message to Aubameyang. I know, like, me and him ain't that close as troops and that. It's fine. It's all right. I'm not hurt. But my message, right? Troy, after the semi-final, spoke about Jimenez scoring, and he pulled a mask on, didn't he? Mm. And he said about, maybe enjoy you can enjoy your mask. Maybe you can go out and wear it tonight. Now you're a loser. Don't put a mask on unless you, you know, you're going to win. If Aubameyang scores on Monday and it's a goal where...
Nah.
Pull the mask on.
No, don't put
and then go running past Troy.
So you get a yellow card for that, right? And you know what I mean? We need that guy between now and the end of the season.
He'd be fine. He ain't nowhere near suspensions or anything.
I don't know, but just don't
pull the mask.
Don't bother with it.
I'm going to get troops to inbox him. Pull the mask out.
Let me tell you something, yeah? I don't business about no mask. All I want is the 3 points. I want to see them man that go out there. Forget masks for right now. Yeah, that's a serious game. I want to see those guys go out there and show cojones.
Inspirational speech.
No, I want to see that. I want to see that. Away from home, this season has not been good enough. Everton was dreadful. West Ham away, dreadful. Numerous games away from home. Absolute garbage, right?
Yeah, I know that.
I want to see these guys do what they did the other night. The same intensity, the same pressing. Forget masks. Go out there and do it on the pitch. Show us. I want to see players step up. There's not going to be no Socrates there. It's going to be a big miss. He's on 10 yellows, so he misses 2 games.
10 yellows.
Mustafi, when you come in, show us something. Ozil, if you play, show us something away from home. You ain't shown us nothing away from home in the season. I want to see something.
Yeah. No, yeah? I know that.
I want to see these guys step up. This is an important game. You know what? The momentum that could give us if we was to go to Watford, difficult place, team that's like going for that top 7, the momentum that could give us going into the end of the season would be unbelievable. I am looking at the fixtures and I'm saying to myself, out of those games left, we need to win at least 2, I feel, realistically, of those away games and not lose the other 2. Maybe draw the other 2 and then win the 2 home games, and I think we will get into the top 4.
I think, what we got left, 6 games?
Yeah. Win 4, draw 2. I think that's the margin.
I think if we're going to finish 3rd, we can't lose another game. We have to win 5 out of 6. If we're going to finish
5 out of 6 to be dead sure. I think you could win 4 out of those 6.
What I'm saying is, I feel that to finish 3rd, 5 wins and a draw. To finish 4th, 4 wins and a couple of draws. No more defeats.
No more defeats, man.
Can't afford it.
If we suffer a defeat, then we have to win every game from now till the end of the season. That'd be difficult.
You watch. We'll win all our remaining away games and we'll lose 1 at home.
And you look at some of the run-ins. Look at even Spurs. They got City, but after that, very favourable, easy games at home. You know, Chelsea, difficult run-in. United, difficult run-in. They got to play Wolves. Well, they played Wolves already, but they got to play, I think, like
Chelsea, Man City.
Yep. They've also got to play, is it Leicester? No. Oh, they got
Everton.
They got to play Everton as well. So, but we got to improve our away form. This is they need a kick up the arse, man. It was terrible.
I know
Everton. So I want to see. Monday, man. We need that. You know the other thing I was going to touch on, right? And I'm getting tired of touching on this. We spoke about it last week.
I already know.
We spoke about it. This racism thing again, right? Now, an Arsenal guy calling Koulibaly a nigger, saying it as it is. No, not an N word. I'll say it as it is.
I'm glad you said that,
Yeah.
not me. Do you know what I mean? It's not
What is it? This guy is an Arsenal fan. How many black players we got?
Wait, can I
or
rewind
supposedly
that?
an Arsenal fan.
He's not an Arsenal fan. He is an absolute knuckle dragger. He is living in the dark ages. He is just so far out of touch of reality. We don't need this in society, let alone football. All right? We saw the incident with the Chelsea fans over in Prague. And I said as well, I'm not tarring every Chelsea fan with the same brush. Yes, it is common that they have a history of this. But for the good fans, it's not their fault.
Let me tell you. Let me give you a quote. Right, this is
what Aubameyang said. Are you on about? Because Aubameyang spoke about the Koulibaly incident.
All right, tell me who he said about the Koulibaly.
He basically said that he's so disappointed with it, and that he experienced it himself with the Tottenham incident.
Yeah,
and that he can't understand. You know, it's 2019.
Disgraced Arsenal.
It's 2019.
What
I don't get as well is why people around him are not hearing that and saying something. Why are you not? I understand some people may not be confrontational and they might not want to just be like, oh, I'm not really like that kind of person. I don't want to say nothing because you don't know who the person is or what they could do. But surely just stand up and say something, or even go and get a steward and say, listen, he's racially abusing someone there. I've got no problem with you calling players a cunt and all these kind of words and stuff like that. Some people will take exception to that, but that's fine. But racially abuse, what has Koulibaly done? Like, when Lacazette goes through and scores a goal, or Aubameyang, does he say, do you know what I mean? What are you watching?
If come the summer we sign Koulibaly, he'd probably be there singing songs. Oh, Koulibaly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? What an idiot.
He'll probably be outside the Armoury, jumping in front of cars like when we signed Ozil because we just signed Koulibaly.
Or he'll have Koulibaly on the back of his shirt.
And you're there with your microphone saying, right, can I get your reaction? Yeah, and he'd be walking around with his name on his...
It's racism things getting out of it. I'm really annoyed by this one because, you know, Arsenal have not really... Listen, we know. We know it exists.
Yeah.
I know there's Arsenal fans sometimes biting their tongue. They're wanting to say certain things sometimes as well. Let's have it right. But the one thing I've been proud of is that we've got a very multicultural fan base.
Yeah.
And you don't really hear them things at Arsenal.
No.
I still get annoyed I hear Y-word and things like that as well. But you don't really hear... and then to see this guy, I mean, I just don't. I don't get it.
Listen,
you know what I mean? I don't understand. He actually wrote the word on his Snapchat.
Yeah, I know. Like, so it's like double barrel. It's like you've not just said it.
The best thing is though, somebody called him out on it.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody has reported him, or somebody's.
So yeah, he's obviously put that on his Snapchat. And someone's seen it.
Somebody's seen it. Yeah, and reported him, and that's
the
the best thing. You know, he's not hidden no more. You can't do these things.
And the thing was, he even flipped the camera around to his face. It's like, honestly, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like going and doing a bank robbery, and then just before you leave, you take your balaclava off. You're like, all right, well, I've got the money now. Let me take it off. Off I go. In front of the counter.
The Chelsea one where Chelsea fans were singing that Salah is a bomber. Now, again, right, I really hard to get my phone here, right? This is my friend who's a Chelsea fan. He's a massive Chelsea fan. He's black as well, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's a massive Chelsea fan, right? Me and him was talking, like texting each other on games and stuff like that. And he sent me this, right? I'm just going to read the first line of what he said, right? He said, all football supporters have a small minority of racist fans, but Chelsea have the worst of the small minority. Which is very true. Every minute it seems to be Chelsea.
Yeah.
A lot of times when they go away from home, when they think that they're kind of hidden.
Yeah.
That some of these guys will try and come out with these things. So remember there was that incident on the metro in France.
Paris, yeah.
This one was away in Prague in a pub. They're probably thinking, it's so dumb. They're thinking that, oh, well, no one's going to see this, you know, when we sing this.
Have you seen the interview?
Right?
Have you seen the interview with a young black guy that was a Chelsea fan that was being racially abused by the supporters behind him in the stadium? Have you not seen it? Young lad. He was on Sky News and everything as well. He put a little video up and he said he's got his hair. It's like he's got it put up in a bun. All right, and he said that he was standing there and he said this happens at European games where at any given minute the people that are standing around you change. People appear because there's no seating segregations. You just go where you want. He said at first half, everything was fine. Second half, a group of guys went and stood behind him. And he said, and they started like making chants about his hair, first of all, singing that he's got a pineapple on his head and stuff like that. And he's just thinking, all right, yeah, it's fine, it's all right. And then one of them made a racial comment towards him and like referring him to a black Chelsea player or something. And he was like, nah, he didn't just say that about me, did he? No, he didn't. And then he said it again and he was like, what? And he was getting racially abused by his own fans behind him
I was saying
in the
this,
stadium.
I was saying this the other day. Me and you have been going to football for a long time. I remember back in the day, this is the truth. It's not, it's not hiding nothing or nothing that no one, from that era doesn't know. Chelsea was associated with racism, like their fans. They had loads of racist fans. They were infiltrated by a lot of right-wing groups, them, West Ham, Millwall, right? Back in the day, like, I remember I had a friend who was a Chelsea fan. He used to go to games. We used to think he's mad. I remember when I used to go down there to games, them times I was doing my music. Sometimes, right, my friends, they go, yeah, what are you up to this weekend, Robbie, man? I said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be at the event tonight, but I'm going Arsenal playing Chelsea. What? Chelsea? You're going to Robbie, you're mad, man. Boy, you're either brave or you're mad. That's what they used to say to me. They used to go, you're mad. Chelsea used to be associated with that.
Yeah.
Chelsea was listen, it was a fact. And I think that whilst Chelsea have done a brilliant job, you go to Chelsea now, we don't get no hassle really when we go to Chelsea, do you? You don't,
no.
Right?
Only Ty, they nick his hat.
That's not racial, that's just them. They just want to nick his hat.
They just love winding him up.
But we don't get no hassle. There's a very, there's lots of black fans, Asians, lots of people that, especially with Chelsea become a really big club and that. But I still think there's a little element of the old school guys who used to behave like that back in the day
that are still around,
that they turn up every, sometimes particularly like them away games, even with Arsenal, sometimes in them away games you get some sort of old school fans, we see them it's with Chelsea, you get some of them old school guys who've still got them old school way of thinking. Maybe they're not as bad as they used to be, but they still got it in their head.
Ingrained.
It's still there, and it's just. Although those fans that were singing in that pub, the Salah thing, they didn't look that old.
But there was a couple that were.
So
maybe they're trying to. Maybe they're trying to impress them. Maybe they were trying to impress them.
What planet are you on if you don't think that that's you probably speak to these guys and they go, oh, it's just a bit of banter.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Maybe the young ones were trying to impress the older guys. They wanted to try and be a little bit further up.
And how
or whatever. Do you know
what I mean? The most embarrassing thing about it? We're having a go at Montenegro and these places when the England players go there.
And yet we got it over here.
Right, about, they were abusing us. They should be chucked out of Europe and that. And then imagine someone in Montenegro now.
Sitting there going, yeah?
Sitting there and go, these are the same man them telling us, look, Arsenal, there's a man calling Koulibaly a nigger. The Chelsea fans. Imagine that, like, Napoli have got a bad reputation. We're going over there next week.
Yeah.
They got a bit of a reputation for racism, right? It's facts. As people have said that, you go there, as well as the fact that you could just get your head kicked in anyway. They're known for their they're known for their ultras, but they've also been called out before on racism, right? Now, all of a sudden, who are we as Arsenal fans to say anything to Napoli now when we ain't even got our house in order? We got an idiot. Well, actually, I suppose the only thing we could argue is that this guy ain't got away with it.
No,
I suppose that is
idiot.
That is the good thing about what Arsenal, what Chelsea, what English football is doing is that you do that, you get caught on camera, be sure that's your last ever game.
Yeah.
And I think this is the problem abroad is that someone could do that, he'll be back in there next week. Yeah. And then people look on it, they won't look on it like it was nothing that bad. And I think that's the one good takeaway I'd say in this country is that if you do that and you get caught on camera, you're gone.
Yeah.
But it's very disappointing to think that people with all the stringent rules and with all the campaigns of kick it out and just last week the Premier League were doing something on racism in football and stuff like that.
I know.
That you'd still have somebody dumb enough Or maybe they don't look on themselves and dumb. Maybe that's how they're carrying all the time. It's just that they're at football, they can't help themselves. I don't know.
I mean, you know, you talk about the certain people that turn up to certain away games. You see it even at Arsenal. There's faces that you see where you don't see them all the other time, and it's dependent on where you're playing. Like, we're not going to see, like, how many of these people did we see in Azerbaijan when we played Karabakh? None at all. But yet, when we played in France against Rennes, how many were there? It's easy, accessible, get away with a bit more, have a jolly up. Same with Prague. First thing you think about Prague, cheap drink, brasses. They're like, yeah, let's go for a jolly up.
What do you mean by brasses?
Don't try and put me in that. Don't even try. Don't make me go back to that one in Dubai where she was like, you asshole. What did she say to you? Called you an arsehole. She
called me an arsehole, yeah.
It was when she said it. She was like, you asshole. And I was like.
No, she goes to me, goes, you, asshole. I was like, you got the cheek of this woman.
Because she literally turned around.
I got the cheek of this woman just because I turned you down. You're an arsehole.
We're trying to get in a taxi, and she just latched onto Robbie, and Robbie, like, she must have looked and thought, that's Don Robbie. He's got bare money. And Robbie was like, go away, you asshole. And I was just like, wow. So yeah, she got you sussed out pretty quick.
Troops was there saying, oh, you should, because he's going to a club, isn't it? He's there going, oh, why don't you tell her to come? I go, you mad? I go, Troops is a prostitute.
He's there with his pot.
No, he wasn't stirring. He didn't even realise.
Oh, did he not clock?
He didn't clock. I go, Troops.
He actually thought that Robbie had pulled. Someone was like, yeah, let me come to the car.
Oh, my God.
Can I just say, while we're speaking about Troops as well, mate, that forfeit. Oh, mate, when he's
fish.
The best thing is he's even I was looking at the screen like, just eat the thing, man. You're winding me up now. Just pull it in your mouth and eat it. Just do it. Get it over and done with.
We was at this football event yesterday.
Yeah, the Puma one.
The Puma one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about that in a sec, right? It was at the Puma event.
I know everything
and
about the event.
Somebody was saying to this guy, he's a Jamaican guy, goes, Troops, you're a wimp. Yo, what do you mean you don't eat fish? Come on, man. Come on. But yeah, on that tournament, we there was a Puma tournament yesterday. There must have been about, it was like a five-a-side tournament that Puma put on. There must have been about 20 odd teams in it. Good teams as well, like SC Dons and all good
I know,
teams.
I was invited.
Manny's team, all that.
I was invited.
Why didn't you come?
I told my management that we would not be taking part in this. Because we're saving ourselves. We're not giving you no tips. We're not giving you no inkling of what we're up to.
Well, anyway, just to let everybody know, we got to the finals. Out of all those teams that were in it, we got to the finals.
Okay, can I just?
We got beaten in the finals by Rising Ballers.
Okay, got beaten in the final, yeah.
Yeah, Rising Ballers are excellent.
So basically,
brilliant
just
but we got to the final.
No, but just to reiterate,
we got to the final.
But can I just to reiterate? You lost.
We lost in the final, but we got to the final. Huh?
You losers.
No, we're not losers. We
yeah,
got to the final. We're playing against Rising Ballers.
Hold on a minute.
Rising Ballers are a team that used to play in five-a-side and futsal and stuff like that, right? And they were excellent, brilliant team. You wouldn't even have got out of the group. You wouldn't even have got out of the group, bro.
Bravo, well done. As you can see, Robbie advocates losers. Yeah?
I don't advocate losers.
This is why I could not be manager.
So you don't think it's a good achievement to get to the final?
No. Who remembers the losers?
Who
remembers the losers?
Huh?
Who remembers the losers?
No, we didn't want to lose.
Who was the loser in the 2010 FA Cup final?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's not my team. Right?
Losers.
Right?
Loser.
Listen, you were jumping up and down when we come second, above Tottenham, so don't bother telling me nothing.
Tip the L.
Right? Listen.
Tip the L.
No.
You losers,
You bottled it from the tournament. You just stayed.
No.
On here now, you just said you bottled it.
You
said you bottled from the tournament.
Because we've got
I did not want to come in here because I don't want you to see what we're like.
Bigger things. Our pre-season games
the bigger things. That was a Puma tournament.
That's good.
Right?
That's fine.
It was a good tournament. They gave all the players the boot. They supplied all the kit, the boots. They done a special kit for us, special kit for all the teams. It was great.
Oh, so
And
lovely.
you didn't enter that.
I heard that you've
All
got
the- all the-
I heard
hold on.
that, no, I heard that you've got mind yourself, you get like he's
All the-
mashing up like Tao spent so long like setting the props up. Don't mess it up. Listen, I heard that you're getting sponsored by Adidas next season.
Yeah, worry about us, man.
Yeah?
All the big teams, all of them were in it.
No, they
As
weren't.
I said.
No, they
All-
weren't.
But you bottled it.
No, they weren't. All the
'Cause
big
you
teams
knew
were not
you
in
knew
it.
you come in the tournament.
Behave yourself,
You play against
man.
SE Dons.
No,
you play against
no,
us.
I'm going to be
you
playing
play
against SE
Riley
Dons.
Ballers. You get
Listen,
slapped up.
I'm going to be playing against SE Dons myself.
You would have got slapped up against them teams.
Listen, my boy
You would have got
Straps, man. He's
slapped
cool, man.
up
Don't worry
against
about.
them
Dude,
Now
listen,
you're my
you
boy
don't
Straps.
nothing.
Stop begging.
You know
Stop
nothing.
groveling to Straps.
Shut up. You know nothing.
That my boy
Nothing.
Straps. Stop
Nothing.
groveling.
You know nothing.
Stop groveling, man.
You stop talking.
Stop groveling. Put your
Loser.
team on the pitch.
Loser.
Put your team on the pitch and play. We got to the final out of
Listen.
20 teams.
Oh, well done.
Out of 20 teams.
Oh,
You bottled it.
well
You
done.
bottled it.
I never bottled it. I
You
just
did.
simply
You
never put my
said-
team in there because I didn't want him in it. Because
Why?
my team,
Why
because
do you
my
want him in
team's
it?
got big
Why?
pre-season games coming up. Blood Brothers season 2.
So
You
we're
have-
not.
you
We're in
have-
Blood Brothers
yeah,
season 2.
You're just
We
taking-
got big
listen,
games coming up.
Yeah,
but
no,
we
no,
don't-
no. You're in Blood Brothers. You're
don't
just
bottle
you're just
games.
taking part in Blood Brothers.
Listen,
You're making up the numbers.
We don't bottle games.
This is the team.
Tomorrow,
the real deal.
Tomorrow we're playing Rising Ballers. They're probably one of the best teams out there. Right?
I know. I'm
we don't
coming to
bottle
watch
games.
you. I'm coming to watch.
No, you're coming. So you didn't want us to see you, but you're coming to see us.
Hey,
So I'm telling you,
I'm
this
like
guy-
that guy at Leeds.
DT.
I'm like this tomorrow on top of the field. I'm like this, and then
Remember
I'm going
what
to
I
text
said?
Robbie, and I'm going to be
I
like,
told
"How's
you,
that game
man.
going? How's that game going?" I ain't telling you.
told you. DT stands for dead team.
Yeah, we'll
And
see.
we're gonna deal with that.
We'll see.
Right?
We'll see.
Dead
We're
team.
gonna see. You can put your team through your little army
Dead
combat.
team, man.
Absolute rubbish, jumping through tires and everything.
Yeah, you couldn't have
but
that.
you still got the same dead players.
Yeah, but we got to the
All right,
final.
good, well done.
got to the final.
I'll tell
Dead
you what,
players who got to the
I'll tell you-
final.
Wait there, hold on.
The
a minute.
same pla-
Hold
and-
on, hold
and-
on,
and-
no,
and-
no,
and
hold
let me
on,
just
hold
say
on,
to you,
hold on.
That was
Hold
the
on.
that
Wait
was
there.
the same. That was the
Hold on.
same players, right?
Hello, hold on a minute. Yeah, could you please deliver a Blue Peter badge to Robbie Lyle? Yeah, it's at the studios.
Right.
No,
listen.
No,
Hold on a
no.
minute. Right. The same team. Remember, we played the 7-a-side tournament when we were all hashtag and that. We won that.
Well
Right.
done.
Now we've done this one. We got to the final. That's our first game as
What
well.
this basically
hold on. That was our first game since the Blood Brothers series. We ain't played no other games, and we got to the final.
Well done. What
Yeah?
this basically says.
The same tournament you bottled.
What you basically says
You
is
bottled it.
that you should just stick to playing little tournaments because when you play 11 aside, you get exposed and
bottled
found
it.
out.
You bottled
You're gonna
it.
fight. I
You
can't
bottled
wait
it.
to play your team.
You
I
bottled it.
swear to
You
God,
bottled
I
it.
can't wait for the fixtures to come out
bottled
from Blood
it.
Brothers. I swear.
Now
to
I
God.
know.
I can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait. You got the biggest shock of your life coming. I'm
You've
telling you.
created your team in Mesut Ozil's image.
We'll see.
Away from home.
We'll see. You have the biggest shock of your life coming. I'm telling you
I know
now.
you've got a load of ringers in.
No,
and
I
you've
ain't got
got
ringers in.
players
Listen.
and,
Do
You know
you
what I
know
mean?
what?
You've gone to Dunstable Town. You've tried to use all of their players and stuff like that.
No, I haven't.
It ain't gonna work, bro.
I haven't.
You have.
I
know.
Do you know what?
I know what's going on.
I put a thing out for
You coming to
trials.
watch
Did
us,
you
yeah?
see how many people have applied to come and do
You're
trials?
about 50 people, isn't it?
About 50, yeah? Yeah, more than 400 have applied.
Then we had 1,000.
Yeah, well done. You're AFTV.
We had
I'm only
1,000.
little DTFC.
Right, we had man
I'm
fly-
just starting my empire.
We had a man flying from Canada to
Yeah,
play
well
in our
done.
team. Yeah, it's a chill, bro.
What do you want? Would you want a blue
Well,
Peter
you the
badge?
one that you brought it up.
I got a guy flying over from Dublin.
You brought it up.
So
Huh?
you can shut up over there as well. You're the reason why the mic was shit the other night as well. Do you know what I mean?
I can't wait.
I
Listen,
can't
it's
wait.
gonna happen soon. Oh, you know what? Before we go, I've got to ask you about something else as well.
Yeah, what?
The boxing, your son, he's taking on Rants.
Yeah.
In that boxing thing, the one with Evie D.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about it.
That wise though. His son is, because how was he? 19?
Nearly 19.
18.
Yeah, nearly 19.
Rants a big man. You sure about this fight?
Don't sleep on my boy. Trust me. I'm not saying no more.
I'm
talking
not
about
saying
it.
no.
No.
I've seen him play football. He's a very strong kid. I've never seen him box before and that, but boxing's a serious thing, you know.
Yeah, something that's been
You get hit.
Something that's been in his family throughout his whole life. Something he's done since he was 5 years old. He's not scared. I told him.
I never said he's
no.
scared.
I
never said he's scared.
I'm gonna make this very clear. Yeah, I told obviously, my son stepped up and said, because he was personally insulted by Rants, as well as myself. He's put his name in the hat when he realised that Rants needed an opponent. I didn't know nothing about this. I get a phone call telling me. I ring Kieran up straight away and I said, listen, don't. I said, you don't need to. It's not about I'm worried about you or anything like that. It's just that you don't need to. All right? I tried arranging my own side of things. I don't need you to do this or anything. He's like, nah. He goes, you know what it's about, Dad. He disrespected me. He's disrespected my family. And with his background, with his culture and the way that he's brought up, they defend their family, man. It's to travel away. It's as simple as that. And I'm not, he's 18, he's nearly 19. Yeah, you can say he's a kid, but he's a man. And at that age as well, the more I tell him don't do something, the more he's going to do the opposite. Do you know what I mean? So all I can do is just support him and say, all right, cool. If this is your decision, 110%.
Don't be, listen.
Listen,
don't become jumping in that corner. I could just imagine
no,
you.
No, listen,
I know how protective you are of your son, right?
I know I'm protective.
So I can, right? If say he was, God forbid he was losing, don't be jumping in there.
There is one thing. I spoke to Rance the other day, and I told him straight. I said, listen, I said that don't talk about my family again, and I'm not going to talk about yours. The fight's happening. Nothing I can do about it. Best man win. Yeah. You talk about you can call mans up or rare if you want to go that route. You know I can. But we don't want to do that. So let the fight happen. Best man win. You then go about your business. We'll go about ours. And he was like, yeah, cool. That's what I want. We won't talk about it no more.
This boxing thing's
job done.
Really, everybody's fighting.
But this is the best thing because I spoke to Heavy D and he knows like this fight's probably bigger than his fight. Like, the interest in it's mad. Like, he already said to me, do you want some pre-advanced tickets? And I was like, yeah, 300. You have no idea how much of Kieran's family's turning up.
300? Was it Sparta?
Mate, you know what I mean? It's going to be like, you know what? It's going to be like a scene from Snatch turning up. It's like, hey, I tell you about the top of mine, pale winkle blue. But it's like, listen, look, you know what, right? At the end of the day, look, the way I see it.
I'm just saying, yeah.
My boy, right?
Boxing's a hard sport, man.
I protect my boy with my life, yeah, but I can't make decisions for him when he's at an age where he makes his own. You know, he's a man. You know, he's old enough to go and fight in the war.
Has Rance had boxing experience?
He's sparred and stuff, but he's never had a fight. He's never had a fight or anything.
Okay.
He's never
so
had no amateurs.
Two people doing it for the first
time.
He's
just done sparring and training in fighting and stuff. But he's never had no amateur fights or white collars or anything like that.
It's going to be interesting. So when is it?
June the 29th at O2, Indigo.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big venue.
Man.
Big venue. Yeah. There's a lot of people coming. Like I said, there's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of interest. There's going to be a press conference. There's a kind of gloves are off thing where they're sitting around like a table face-to-face sort of stuff, which I'm waiting for details on. And at the end of the day, like I said, I'm just going to keep my calm. There's a few people going to be ringside with me as well to make sure that I don't do something stupid, which is jump in the ring. It's not about that. It's just about, listen, he's a man. Let him do what he needs to do, man. I love my son to pieces, man, and this is his decision.
All right.
I'll back him 110%.
What's his nickname then? Kieran the
Gypsy Prince.
Gypsy Prince.
Well, you got the.
What do you think you're Tyson Fury
well, he's
now?
got the Gypsy King. So he can't be the Gypsy King, so he's a bit younger, so he's the Gypsy Prince, you know what I mean?
With the Tyson Fury.
You know what I mean? He's a traveller, man. He's a gypsy boy, isn't he?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God, man.
He's a gypsy boy, man.
I'm hearing everything now.
Listen, don't sleep on them gypsy boys, man. Don't. He's gonna. We're debating whether we can get a wide enough ring walk and we get him brought in on the back of a tipper lorry. Do you know what I mean? Like,
is he going to walk in like Conor McGregor?
And his granddad's coming out like ringing his bell and everything outside his tipper lorry and everything. But no, listen, at the end of the day, like I told you, it's part of their culture. It's part of their life. And he was doing it from the age of 5. He decided at 10, 11 or something, because he used to go to all the Arsenal games with me, that the path he wanted to go was not boxing, it was football, which was natural. And then he did it. But, you know, one advantage to him is he's a physically fit.
Yeah.
You know, he trains as an athlete 5 days a week at professional clubs. So,
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the big fight.
What will be, man. So,
Rants and Bants.
Keep an eye.
Versus
Kieran's got
the
Gypsy
Prince.
Sounds all right, doesn't it? It's all right. That's actually all right, you know. But listen,
Kieran.
He's got literally nothing to lose.
What about that?
No, because
I don't know about that. Nothing to lose. Nah, man.
If he loses,
it's Rants, you know.
No, but what I'm saying is, if Rants beats him,
listen, it's Rants, and I know Rants, right? They don't call him Rants and Bants for nothing.
Yeah, well done.
If he loses, you're not going to hear the end of this.
Yeah,
what are you on about?
Let him carry on.
What do you mean nothing to lose? No, he has got things to lose. No,
Rants has got more to lose.
Never approach a fight like
that. Rants has got more
and
to
listen,
lose.
when it just you was talking about you only got winners or losers. Now you're telling him about nothing to lose.
But in comparison to Rants, he's got
winners
and
lose.
What I'm saying is, in comparison, what I'm trying to say, you're trying to twist it.
I ain't twisting up nothing. Is what you said.
Listen, if my son loses, I'll fight.
You was cussing off my team.
I'm not having that.
You was cussing off my team for getting to the final, saying they're losers. Now it don't matter. Nothing to lose now.
Wait,
that's what I'm saying with this guy, man. I tell you, all you gotta do is continue talking, and you always get caught out. yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna before you mess yourself any more, I'm gonna end the show now. Thanks for watching. We're gonna put details of the fight in the description. I'm looking forward to that fight. I think it'd be a really entertaining fight. I like the fact actually that nowadays some of these things like get settled in the ring. Instead of people running up their mouth and this and that, they go in the ring, settle it, and normally even the loser and that, the losers that you see in boxing fights all the time, they have respect for each other afterwards because it takes a lot to do that. So I like the fact that that's being done, right? So we'll put the link in the description to the fight. Heavy D's, I don't know what he's doing fighting this guy. I keep saying to him, Heavy D, have you seen this guy fight? The guy used to be a professional boxer, man. He's going to tear you apart. I'm sorry, I want to back Heavy D, man, but I just can't, boy. But anyway,
I don't think he's going to be turning up with that belt after that fight.
Good luck to Heavy D in it as well, right? And good luck to Kieran, right? And we'll put the link in the description. Don't forget, you can download this podcast. Don't forget to vote. Can people still vote for this?
Yeah.
Is the voting still open?
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the descriptions. Don't forget to vote for the All Guns Blazing podcast.
Yeah.
Right, that's up for a nomination.
And don't forget me as well for my individual award, the vlogging.
Do you know that I was looking at the date of that? If we get through, it's on the night of a game. So
I know. It's going to be like the Oscars. You know, when you have to send someone to collect the award for you.
Who tell you so we're winning?
Or they could do a live feed. Where you're standing there with a trophy already saying, I'm really sorry I can't be here, but Arsenal are playing on Thursday nights, which means that
what if we lose it?
It's a shame. If we lose, then we're going to be there. You know where it is, don't you?
No, what if you just said it's only about winners?
No, I'm on about us winning. I said us winning. All right.
So listen, all the links are in the description. Don't forget to download it now. Thanks for watching the podcast. We'll be back next week. iTunes is available on next week. We'll be over. We may do the podcast from Napoli. We'll be over there. So
120th episode today. Is it
120th episode? All right. So look out for it next week. We'll be Monday. Big game against Watford. Please, Arsenal players, turn up. And then Napoli. Big week for Arsenal. Joe, you know what? Just as we go, you know the one thing I forgot to ask you. Do you think it's bad that we're having to play Monday, Thursday?
I did mention that on Monday, but maybe the mic weren't working properly, and that's why you didn't hear it. I did actually talk about that. So let's not go there again. You know my thoughts on it. And let's finish the show because I don't want to go on for another hour.
It's terrible.